Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Monash. Today's show is a personal story of why I canceled a trip to Italy today. I was scheduled to fly to Italy to attend a wedding in Rome this weekend. It's a study of what can happen in times when there's a major civil disruption like the one caused by the current COVID-19 pandemic. Italy is working hard to get the outbreak under control, and Italy's healthcare system is pretty strong by global standards, but it's not perfect. There were lapses in the handling of the first patient, which resulted in several healthcare workers becoming infected. More troubling is that they don't know where patient 1 contracted the virus. There's no patient 0 that's been identified, so the path of transmission in the country can't be tracked. The number of cases continues to escalate, with 51 new cases reported in the past 24 hours. Each one of these 51 new cases could have spread the virus to others. The average number of people infected by a carrier is estimated to be around 3. Each person infected transmits the disease to 3 others. You can do the math. Unless the number of those subsequently infected can be brought below 1, the disease will continue to spread. In some cases, there are a few super spreaders. There was the case of a woman in Korea who infected nearly 100 people at her church. That single carrier was largely responsible for the large-scale outbreak in Korea. The lengthy asymptomatic incubation period is the greatest risk overall. People are spreading the disease who don't even know they have it. When you couple that with the cases where people are not being tested, we have the makings of a disease that will continue to multiply quickly. I've got many reasons to go to Italy this weekend. It was going to be a quick 3-day trip. It'd be wonderful to see my cousins. I have an aunt who's 94 years old and experiencing some health issues. Anytime you have a chance to spend quality time with someone in their 90s, you should take it. And when a member of the family gets married, you can't ask them to reschedule it. You can't say, I'll catch you on the next one. You're either there or you're not. So far, the region surrounding Rome has only reported 3 cases of the coronavirus. The vast majority of the cases are in the north surrounding Milan. Turns out I also have family in Milan as well, and I am actually pretty concerned for them. One of my family members, even in Milan, is also in her 90s and not in great health. I have no doubt that they'll be able to stay out of circulation for a period of time, but grocery store shelves have already been emptied. Getting food and basic supplies is going to be an issue in the very near future. This is a warning to those who are not prepared for how quickly a situation can change. Grocery stores can be well stocked one day and then 2 days later be completely emptied. It's easy to rationalize that I'm going to be in a small group of people at the wedding. It's not a huge wedding, maybe about 100 people. My risk should be low. But still, people would be traveling from all over the world to attend. Who will be on those same planes and trains with those 100 people attending the wedding? I have no idea who's catering the food. Several of the meals are scheduled for restaurants in the central part of Rome. This is an area frequented by tourists from all over the world on a daily basis. I have no doubt that my direct flight to Rome would be pretty safe. There's no known cases of the disease in my community. What I can't be certain of is the return flight. We know that 14 people infected with the virus from the ill-fated Diamond Princess cruise ship in Yokohama were put on the same aircraft with uninfected passengers back to the U.S. And so far, 26 new cases have emerged from the passengers on that flight. Recirculated air on an aircraft seems to be a good mechanism for transmission of the disease. How is it that nearly 700 quarantined passengers on the cruise ship locked in their cabins for 2 weeks were able to come down with the disease? Here, too, recirculation of air throughout the ship is thought to be the culprit. We have seen travel bans being instituted from parts of Italy. It would be problematic for me to be stuck in Europe in a quarantine situation, or unable to return home because flights are canceled all of a sudden. In the greatest twist of irony, even Iran's health minister was on TV trying to calm people's fears about the coronavirus, only to discover hours later that he's been infected, and that perhaps senior levels of the Iranian government may have also been exposed. Even back here at home, preparations are important. We've got no known cases in our city yet. We've been stocking up on food. As of right now, we have a month's supply of non-perishable food in our pantry. My local Home Depot is now completely out of the N95 surgical masks. I purchased 3 out of the last remaining box. Walmart is out of hand sanitizer in my city. My wife bought the last 2 bottles after checking the inventory across a city of 1.4 million people. You could make the argument that if you live in a small community, you're more likely to be safe than in a major city. Well, that too is proven to be incorrect when you look at the patterns of the disease in both Italy and Korea. So I'll be at home this weekend, thinking of the bride and groom celebrating their wedding in Rome. I'll raise a glass and offer them a virtual toast from a few thousand kilometers away. As you think about that, check the inventory in your pantry and go shopping for at least a month worth of essentials. Have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.